Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Magic Arena Run. Today, yes, Kaldheim is here, finally at last. If you haven't claimed your free packs, go to the store, it's Play Kaldheim. I still haven't gotten to use any of the new cards yet. I haven't, well, one I didn't really get that much. I'm kind of waiting for this moment to share it with you guys. But also I kind of want to see how the meta kind of develops, see if anything's changed or not. Most people are still playing the usual decks. Everyone's really in wait and see holding pattern. See if anything interesting emerges. That said, I did see a few interesting things possible for Brawl, but for now, let's get some new cards. So we're gonna start off as always with sealed. This Sunday I will do a draft, which is kind of sad because it will still be the last day. It's really an anti-timing. I was hoping it would be the first day of the new season, but well, sometimes that's how it is. So let's crack these packs. Let's see what Alrun has in store for us. And okay, we got Pathway. That's good. We got Tybalt's Trickery, which I might play it just for the lulz, but okay. But in all seriousness, our interesting choices are Reflections of the Jara and Calamity Bearer. We'll see if we can hit enough giants. Graven Lore is actually fine. It's fine. It's average. It's not the best thing. Righteous Valkyrie, we'll see if we have enough. In this case, Angel or Clerics. I believe Cleric is not exactly tribal for this one. Angel is more of the tribal thing, but there are enough Clerics in white and black incidentally. It only becomes a team if you hit one of these rares. So we'll see what pans out. We might actually end up on white-blue based on what we get. So first of all, let's check the... Oh, this is going to be interesting. How are we going to check... Let's check what snow lands we got first. So we got black-green, red, black-green, red-white, Shimmer Drift Veil. Only 3 snowlands? Hold on. A snow-covered plains, a snow-covered island. Okay, and a snow-covered swamp. So white, blue, black, red, white, green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, this should not count as number 6. There should be another one. Hold on. No, it looks like it counts as number 6. Actually, that should be in a different slot. So I might be short of ones. Well, generally for sealed, you don't want to go into... The only way you'd get into snow mana support is if you get... Well, here we got 2 copies of Glittering Frost, so that's a start. I still feel like I've been shorted 1 man. Anyway, green from the initial looks here looks quite few. We got, let's see, what, 2 shapeshifters, well, 3 shapeshifters, 1 elf, another elf. Well, not that many elves. Let's see if black has any more elves. Okay, 2 ravenous Elderfang Disciple Rats. So that's some elves. Well, we got some elves, but not, and we got Harold, but we don't have a big high density of elves, so that's kind of out the window. Even though we do have this land as a way to get extras, so we might really be looking into blue red after all. So let's see what we got in blue. That one looks like the most promising one. I do have the playset of Pilfering Hawks now, but 1-2 is really sad. We could do, and we only got 1 giant, and it's horrible in blue. We got 1 giant in red, and also likewise horrible. So we might just run. If we ever run red, we're probably just running this guy as a one-off. I'm gonna take a look at white blue now, since that looks like the best shot. So we're basically looking for second spell interactions, of which we don't have much, but we do have quite a bit of flyers, so we might actually start with that. So 1. This one's fine. Usher is fine. Code Spell Cleric is fine. Valor of the Worthy, so. We do have the Giant Ox Colossal Plow combo. You probably run the Doomscar Oracle. I'll get back to that later. This one's tempting, but I don't think we have enough. Shimmer Drift Veil. I think that's our only, well, that's our only equipment and artifact, so that one's out the window. So let's take a look at blue. We got decent removal in blue with the Bind the Monster. As I mentioned, we got 4 Hawks. I probably don't want to run all of them. Augury Raven's good. Raven form is good. The Jara Seekers is fine. Actually, let's see. How many? Because, let's see. Cleric, Warrior, Warrior, Cleric, Cleric. Okay, so we have a few Clerics. We don't... It's actually looking like the plan should be white-black Clerics at this point. In fact, we also have a playset of these guys. So we do need to check our land support. So definitely this and this. We might need to decide if we want to splash for. If I'm gonna splash, it's definitely red. I did see 2 Demon Bolts a while ago. Those look good. And we can take advantage of, okay, Ascent of the Worthy. I'm willing to run that one because we have plenty of soft creatures we can run with this. Definitely the Shimmer Drift Veil. So Jarl of the Forsaken, perfect for this. We got, well, once probably don't. I might just run this as a Flying Trample 2/2. And this guy, he blocks all day, which is probably good. The only downside is we got 1, 2, 3, 4 at most, so we're not really getting much with this, but we do have other decent removal options. Village Rites to help us draw cards. Axeguard, Braggart look really good. So I might actually end... Because here's the thing, if I go blue, we have Ravenlore, we have Reflections. But it looks like it probably wants to be in support. Unfortunately, we don't have the right... Oh, there are 2 of these. Okay, so we might actually want to go... I don't want to run all 4. So we might want to go black-green. Unfortunately, we... I could run this one as it's removal. It's kind of fine. And it allows us to... Well, actually... And there's the... Bretta Guard Stronghold, that's a bit harder support. Let's see, what are reasonable green cards we can run? Most likely it's these Changelings if ever. I would probably rather run Struggle because that's extra removal. Yeah, it's a shame we're not in a position to run most of our rares, but that's fine. We'll see if we can do. So Elder Leaf Mentor, definitely don't want something that. There's a Rune of Sustenance. It helps us draw cards. I'm tempted to just run the Colossal Plow and these 2 kind of meme our way out of this, but this doesn't really look great. So Elf Cleric, Zombie Cleric. Let's do a check on how many Clerics we have. We have 10 Clerics. Really makes me want to run this, but I really just can't. I probably will run the Mask Vandal because that is extra. Artifact enchantment removal. That leaves us with just 1 more card. Probably don't want to run Herald. I might want to run the Rune. How many Snowlands do we have? And the ticker is kind of weak in that we don't have a tracker for snow. So 1, 2. We're currently running 5 Snowlands, so it makes our priest look good, but it does. I might actually just run 1 Raise the Draugr instead. So our curve a bit on the lower side, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So we really need to. So what are the big question marks? This one's extra removal, but that's a question mark. Unfortunately, red has interesting. Like we have basically just 2 giants, quite a bit of removal, but not much else. I'll start with... I will start with this for now. Then I'll start to consider other things like say the all-bird deck, but even that one's a bit on the weaker end. I think to run Gates of Isfel would be great though. So do I want to run a Hailstorm Valkyrie? It's a flyer, but it's on the top end, and I'd rather have Axe Guard Braggart at this point. Stalwart Valkyrie, technically this is cheaper. This is not really a... This tends to be more of a 2-drop than a 4-drop, so it's fine. So we got a decent number of Foretell cards. So I might be question marking this one as well. But that's a start. We'll run it like this for now. Not so sure how well this turns out. So how confident am I in this one? Not too sure. We'll see. This whole time. What are you doing down there? And why is Rocky crying out? Okay, so we start with... We could use a white source, but we can gum up the board for a while. And priest at the worst. Okay, there's our white source. So we'll run this first. We'll run... I probably want... Because I want to run this next, I probably want... I'm trying to remember if there... I'm gonna run this one out. So... Okay, opponent foretells one card. If he swings, I'll just trade. We'll just leave it. Opponent does not swing. So we have a Mass Vandal as an option. So... I'm gonna just play the Priest of the Haunted Edge. I am gonna offer the trade because our opponent having a Berserker on the board, and especially in these colors, is problematic. I'd rather trade now. It will make my Valkyries live. It will make my one-way down live also. And worst case scenario, I can just sack stuff, get it back, rinse, repeat. Opponent Demon holds that, so... And score net. Hold on. So first things first, exile a creature card. So we're gonna exile the Shield Mate. Then we're gonna start taxing our opponent's hand. Yeah, that was a way down. So definitely want that Raise the Draugr. Now, interesting thing we can do is... Oh, and we also hit 3 lands. So what we can do is... Ascent of the Worthy. So it doesn't matter what our that would be dealt to creatures you control. Oh, and this is an instant. Okay, that's fine. So it just gets dealt to this one instead. That's the good news. So now I'm actually gonna just hold this end of turn. Opponent going on the offensive. Nope, opponent not going on the offensive. So time to recycle them all back. Hopefully our opponent... Ooh, now we want someone to do. Okay, Mask Vandal. That might, well, actually what we could have done also is cast this for, oh no, we couldn't. We were forced to target immediately. Opponent's forced to remove all the removal, which is fine. And we get to get one creature back. Beat the Serpent. Okay, so they used up all the removal. There goes our opponent's board, and we do get something back. Okay, mate. Actually, no, we don't get anything back. Well, that was a shame. So, I guess we just and since we been in green, probably what we could have done is we could have gotten it back first. Foretell, get it out of our hand. The reason you probably don't want it in your hand is discard effects. Opponent did not have any snow mana, so in fact opponent, I think I'll wait a bit because now I want to start stockpiling a few cards because our opponent might have that discard spell. Well, it's if I played this one, it's technically a card draw spell. Oh, perfect. Let's see. Exile. Okay, that's fine. And he gets our Wither. Is that our Wither Crown? No, I don't think that's our Wither Crown. So, pass. My turn. So, we'll play Usher. And here's the nice thing. Jarl of the Forsaken also hits Planeswalkers.
You know what? I've had enough.
So we now have a board again. Opponent has a Ghost. Wither Crown. So that's fine. We'll take action. Oh, I'm supposed to not take action. I'm supposed to block. So, next. Attack. Let's see if our opponent blocks. Opponent does not block because because he needs to draw cards. Exiles a card. Ooh, that's a nice card. We will double block. Kinda wish I had harder removal now at this point. Because this guy's not gonna get through anytime soon. There's another Jarl of the Forsaken. Actually, since we do have the Jarl, okay, opponent blocks. Make sure the damage is dealt. Do not foretell. Yeah, Jarl of the Forsaken is probably one of the best creatures in common, at least. Cinderheart Giant. It's gonna get trampled anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just village rights this guy. We have quite a few creatures in the yard, so... Wait, that's the first spell. If it was the second spell you cast this turn. Okay, so... I kinda wanna put it... If I put it here, he just holds this one back. Doesn't matter. Get rid of that last card. Was it good? Oh, it was very good. So our opponent's gonna start holding back now. We kind of want to start. I think I want to put another copy of Race the Draugr already. We do have 4 Snowlands already at this point, so... And we have more copies of... Ooh. I probably would have just taken it. Yeah, I would just take that one. Opponent does have, like... Has multiple shots at this, so we might... It might be a case that we took way too long and our creatures are way too soft. So I'm gonna save these creatures for this. I'll need to figure out a way for this one. Losing the Wither Crown is bad. Axguard Braggart is fine. Unfortunately, it just gets to be a 4/4. But what we can do now is chump block 1, chump this one. The 7 damage will hit the last creature. Okay, so let's chump block this. Actually, no. I think I can take one more hit. A run amok would have been deadly though. Thankfully, our opponent did not hit that. There's a Doomscar Oracle, so I will cast it though. Basically, just get more bodies on the table. So still flooding a bit, but we might have pseudo stabilized. So at this rate, I'm probably gonna just chump block. No, I'm forced to block. So let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is kind of forced. If our opponent has a combat trick, it's really bad. Show us the run amok. So, survey says... Good hit. Literally living off the top now. Yeah, we unfortunately got flooded really badly there. We probably can afford to remove 1 land actually. Yeah, that's game. Not a great start, but we now know what our deck is capable of, so we need to put more gas. Our deck topping out at 4 mana is perfectly fine, so we really we'll reconnect. So knowing that, what we're going to do is we're going to shave 1 land. Okay, nice. So we're gonna shave 1 land. Let's see which land we shave. Most likely, we're actually black heavy. I could just shave the forest altogether. Yeah, let's shave the forest. We only have 2 cards anyway. So what? This is tempting. Another priest is fine, but I do think the Race the Draugr is probably the best bet here, so I'm gonna put that in. So we'll see how things go with that one. A little bit of sadness on the timing that we had these. We kind of had these way down. At that point, we probably should have just tried to get the creature back first and wait for much later. So this one is stretching it. We don't have a way to play this, but we do have 2 of our snow-covered lands. This does nothing. This does nothing. I am tempted to just... Okay, here's the deal. If our opponent... If we don't draw a creature... I will just not play a land. Oh, we did draw a creature. Okay, so that's on the table now. So the plan was if I didn't draw a creature, I would just discard this, set up the turn 2 Stalwart Valkyrie. Actually, now I think of it, we didn't exactly hit our... Okay. When we hit our green source, this will be good, but until then, we're kind of on standby. Opponent hasn't exactly done much. Frost Augur, so I'm concerned this might be a Sod coming. Nope, opponent foretells so that's not Sod coming. So... next turn. This in constructed, this 2 power is actually a bit of a, well, it's already a liability enough at 3 CMC because it gets hit by Eliminate, but the 2 power also means it just gets hit by Elspeth's Nightmare, which is kind of sad. If opponent doesn't, well, has a Snowland, it looks like they're playing the long haul. Avalanche Caller, they're really playing the long haul at this rate, so... my concern is really for these cards. So I'm gonna just play... Okay, let's see if our opponent hits something. I'm gonna just play the Jarl out, force our opponent to respond. And is this on cast? This is on enter the battlefield. So if our opponent has a counter spell... Nope, doesn't. Go ahead, have removal. Let's see if our... Now, the combat tricks on blue is pretty much... Yeah, that we got them there. They might still have additional removal at this point. Y'all are the... Okay, that's fine. So now I need to decide if I want raised... Okay, I have to decide a lot of things. I can play Stalwart, but I won't be able to... But I'll eat this one, so I won't be able to raise the Draugr. I could just play it straight 3-2, then start swinging. I can also play this one, then get on the action next turn. Okay, we'll play this one first. Because this one, our opponent at least has to respect. Or disrespect with the removal spell, but that's another story. We kind of want a green source at this point. Maybe cutting that forest was not such a great idea. But we do have more gas now. Now, note if I... Definite Berserker is fine. If our opponent actually attacks, I am... Nope. So we actually have options here. So I'm actually going to swing. I'm going to convince our opponent to mass block. Yep, there's the mass block, so we actually get to... We might be able to get to take on 2. Opponent might have a way to save. Nope. So that's perfect. So let's see if this really is a counter spell. Yep. That was a counter spell. We got it out. At least we got it out. I could have just cast this first though. On the other hand, we can do Ascent the Worthy to get it back, so let's keep that in mind. We could use some lands though. Also, the interesting thing is if our opponent manages to take it out, we could just buy back with the 2 Angels instead of the 2 Clerics. So we have plenty of options actually. How, but I will note that we won't have the option to play both of these because until we draw another black source. And having 2 cards stranded, not so great either. I really want to play this one first. At least that way I will be able to say... Get back something decent with it. Return. Yeah, that's fine. It's not great though. Okay, we did hit this now, so... It's this? Toughness. Actually, no, I'm gonna cancel it. No, let's attack. If our opponent has the removal spell for tap, we have the raise to Draugr already. We did get rid of their 1 counter, so that's fine. And this is only if damage is dealt to other creatures. Discards a card. Yeah, discard that. I'll be cross if we have to discard this other one. Ooh. Does our opponent have enough lands? Currently, this costs 10. So, this doesn't... take the 2. That's kind of fine. So, we want to return... I can either return the Valkyrie or the Jarl of the Forsaken and Mask Vandal, so I'm probably gonna return these 2. No reason to get savings on that, and I want to have at least another creature I can buy back. So it's actually kind of interesting now. With the right blocks, we can... I can snipe this one and... I can snipe this one's block 1 creature. I only end up taking 2 or 3 depending on how they attack. Berg Strider probably taps this one. So that's actually... Well, I still want to hit that green source, and it will come into play tap, so that's an issue. There's an Usher. And we get back the Jarl, which gives us... Well, we're getting there. And the most important part now is that next turn we technically have lethal on the air. Yeah, Righteous Valkyrie quite good. We never did hit our... I'm actually tempted to just maybe... I'm actually might be tempted to run the other... So opponent has 3, so this costs 9. Opponent has like 7 mana. When it enters the battlefield, well, it fades 1 turn. Opponent says good game. Does that mean they have nothing to block? Nope. Conceded there. My only gripe right now is that there's no way to there's no visual telling you what the foretell card is. It doesn't really quite matter right now in best of 1, but it definitely will matter best of 3. So and if they implement like morph in the future, manifest, etc., I really want to be able to see what exactly were those cards. Even if we're just doing best of 1 right now. That said, yeah, it looks like Just playing the low mana cost game is fine. I think if we lose, I might be tempted to try to see if we can do another. Okay, we hit. So I might play this just to name white. Actually, no. We're more likely to hit white soon, so we should just play this first. Then I probably want... If our opponent's not aggro... Let's see, we hit the white anyway. Gonna play this one out, see if our opponent probably unlikely to have removal for this. It does tempt me to play this one out. I have nothing to get back with this anyway, so... Although it does create a timing question, like there's a reserve. So at least what I could do is, if our opponent tries to buff it, I can sack and kill in response. Oh, wait, no, this is activate only as a sorcery, so never mind that. So if our opponent has run amok here, they take out the priest. That's fine. I don't get to activate it. Frostbite. There, that's fine. Dream Devourer. Yeah, we're gonna give this one up. I could play this now, then just play and hope to trade something later. Probably not. I'm probably gonna wait a bit. But yeah, Dream Devourer. Opponent getting to set up a big turn. Probably not a great idea. What we can, if our opponent doesn't find a way to pump this, I'm actually tempted to just trade, but I think the best bet is to start going aggro on the air. Yeah, it's fine. So definitely not blocking this time. That kind of saved me that decision. So yeah, plan here is to start the ascent of the worthy. Knocking on wood, our opponent doesn't have any more frostbites. No, opponent looking at that. Oh, feed the serpent. Yeah, there is quite a bit of there is an inordinate amount of exiling. Well, not inordinate, but there's a decent amount. Opponent starting to make this is probably not a good sign for our opponent. So what I'm actually going to do is choose the Valkyrie. Let's see if I can get a trade to happen. I don't mind the Axeguard Braggart actually dying though, because it just comes back and even more annoying. Yeah, and I could not Village Rites the Angel, or else I lose this one too. I would get 2 cards though. I'd rather wait for our opponent to really go all in. So I kind of want to have another creature. Cold Spell Cleric. Slight anti-timing. But you know what? That's fine. If it forces our opponent to keep giving up all their so this is fine, just wipe the board. Play the Cold Spell Cleric so we have something in case we do want to cast Village Rites. And then Maskwood Nexus is doing a good job. I'm trying to remember if... Nope, I haven't lost it yet. Do I want... No, let's cash it in later. So let's get back to Axguard Braggart. Kinda wish I put this in black now, but and let's start using our opponent's hand. Okay, discards a swamp, so that's so-so. So the plan now is to just keep punching with this on the air. If our opponent has removal for this, squash. Okay. Not so great for us, but we do have I wouldn't call it a big edge, but we do have some sort of edge. Almost Faithful. This one, each player mills 3 cards. Not great now that I've gotten this. Hope. Take the hit. So the plan now is no covered swamp, Priest of Haunted Edge. Maybe. Yeah, this one's doing a lot of good work. We need to see what creatures we have. 2 creatures, so we can tech. But our opponent's about to get a really big board presence. So our only hope right now is to hit some of our other creatures to start paring things down. There's that's a calamity waiting to happen. We have 1, 2, 3 snowlands, so oh yeah, it combos with combos. That's nice. So we lost the Righteous Valkyrie. We lost. Yeah, this is not good for us. We probably. Yeah, that was a very good combo. All those shapeshifters being giants also. Well, that kind of wrecked us there. Not doing so well so far. Do I want to cut even one more land? Nah, that's too greedy. I think 16 lands should be about right. Like, what's our actual curve is around 2.5. This is pretty much... Technically, it's even lower if you consider the alternate ways of casting this. Besides, if I were to say cut one more land... First of all, I might want to balance this a bit. But if I were to cut one more land, what would I put in? A Rune of Sustenance? It's kind of sketchy. Valor of the Worthy might be... Problem is, the only thing I can put in are essentially non-creatures unless I want to dive even more into green. Our black is somewhat heavier, so that's why I opted for Scam. And it also doubles as removal and gives us creatures. Yeah, I guess we just got slightly unfortunate there, I'd say. Yeah, let's move on. We did hit some of the rare... I wouldn't say we hit the rares we wanted anyway. Well, the pathway I did want. If I'm considering going into some sort of Esper or Jeskai build, that would be really helpful. So, yeah, I'm definitely keeping this. We do go aggro. If I can hit by... But I do want to hit more snow-covered lands at this point. It's also unfortunate that we hit play sets of certain cards immediately. I will trade. Once this enters the battlefield, okay, so I actually do need to hold back because if I can't deal damage to this guy does nothing anyway. But hitting 2 of these means I could probably just sack to get rid of this right away. I need to decide which one of these 2 though. Most likely the War Master because... Oh wow, that's a good hit. But most likely I'm gonna nuke the War Master. So play another Priest of the Haunted Edge. And... Unfortunately, these guys don't share a thing, so I'm probably just gonna foretell. But as long as our opponent is just playing elves that like this, Surge of Greatness. So I kind of want to snipe this just to force our opponent to. So I'm actually priced into sniping this one. Okay. So our opponent could get a tree drop. Or just scry one. We'll see if our opponent actually hits. Because our opponent hit. And it's from your hand, so... I don't know. Most likely it's a scry, so our opponent did not hit. Yeah, it has to be exact. Yeah, I'm starting to warm up to this as removal in this matchup. Didn't really do me much in the other matchup. Opponent like their draw though. Actually. Ooh, I made a mistake. I should have cast this first. Our opponent can just remove one to snipe this one, so I don't get anything back. I can just get stuff back the old-fashioned way, I guess. That's fine. Does our opponent have even more removal? Wither Crown. So, yeah, let's take action. Sacrifice that creature. Because... Oh, this is going to be so interesting. That's our opponent's scrying again, so did not hit the tree drop. So what can we get back? We'll try getting back Priest and Jarl. So what I'm going to do is just cast the Jarl now. Snipe them. Well, our opponent could have a pump spell, but so be it. That is what it is. Then just trade these down. Opponent might have their own Jarl. That would be annoying, but can't be helped. Yep, they had their own Jarl. So now it's the Battle of Attrition. We do have another raise. opponent auto-scries because their hand's emptied out. But now we need to hit some actual action. We can't just be... I like these guys, but technically they're just removal spells. They're not exactly creatures, so you probably should count. Well, they're technically creatures, but you know what I mean. Opponent looking in their graveyard, not a good sign for us. If our opponent has another Wither Crown, puts it raised. They have their own Raise the Draugr too. Ugh. So auto block is auto. Now I have to deal with these guys again. Thing is, if our opponent casts that, well, good news is we got our opponent to discard the other one. So snipe that one before anything happens. I want to snipe this other one. Yeah. Opponent's just... Well, the scry is still beneficial here. Opponent boast. Oh, well, they can boast anytime. Or just cast a 6/6 landworm. Now I need to... Yeah, we're probably not gonna win this one, but we'll... But at least we have one... We have one shot at blocking this. Is this... Oh yeah, it's sorcery. Okay, so I should... So that was one unnecessary... That was one additional... Two unnecessary damage. Wow, opponent had the...
There's enough glory for all of us.
Yeah, that's good game. Unfortunately, hitting a playset... Sometimes you want to hit playsets of cards. This is not one of those times. So, 6, 7... We'll see if we can... It's kind of sketchy though. I don't have hard removal for this.
Your courage is legendary.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, good game. We did not exactly get there. So that's our first crack at it. We had probably one of the worst sealed pools. I don't think we could not have made our rares work. The blue is still tempting, but at least I had synergy with the 4 zombie clerics. I got basically nothing with the 4/1/2 birds. And even then, like, what snowlands do I have to support that? Probably white and blue at best. So yeah, we kind of unfortunate, but welcome to sealed. So next time we'll definitely be doing draft onwards. It opens up a lot more opportunities. Snow becomes a lot more viable when you actually can aggressively take your lands. But at least it's a start of something new. Let's see if we can make it work. There's the Dream Devourer I took out. There's a Pyre of Heroes. Some people are saying this is what will make clerics work, but I'm not so sure. Well, the other cards might make clerics work, but we'll see. Nice. Got ourselves a nice sword. And there you go. That's it for this episode of the Magic Arena Run. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Pretty good for mono green, I guess. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again next time. I wish you guys the best of luck in your journeys into Kaldheim. And as always, have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe. God bless. Have a great weekend, everyone.